Why am I stalling? Alright, hey! Gaming community, this is Frosty Bros here. Collection update. Now, what? Oh, I need to grab one game here. What? I decided, the reason why I fell out of collecting, and I'll let you guys know, is too many systems, too many games. So what? And I dumbed down my PlayStation 1 and my PS2 games, dumbed them down as much as I could, for games that I just bought because they were cheap and tried them out and they sucked horribly, so I got rid of those. I'm not going to get rid of the crappy Nintendo games or the crappy Super Nintendo games, but behind me, Genesis is going to get dumbed down. How's it going to get dumbed down? I am going to take every game that's available on both I'm only going to focus on one system now, and that is Super Nintendo, SNES. So what I'm going to do, I don't know why I'm doing this. How many fingers am I holding up? Anyways, what I'm going to do is any game that's available on both systems, that's the exact same game, I am going to get rid of the Genesis version of the game and get the Super Nintendo. Yes, I'm going to be getting rid of a complete game in box for the Genesis for probably just cart only for the Super Nintendo. But once I pull all of them out, there will be a trade/sale video of all the Genesis games that I'm getting rid of to get the extra counterparts for the Super Nintendo. So if you need the Genesis game complete and you have the Super Nintendo version, even if it's just cart only, and you want to just straight up trade the same game, that'd be awesome. So stay tuned. My next video will be that. I just got to get around to pulling out the games. I have a list of all the games that I own that are also available on Super Nintendo. So it's going to be easy. I just got to get around and rearrange it. If you see, there's a whole bunch of crap in front of it. Like, I bought this because I was going to make a video of me trying out different alcoholic drinks. It kind of fell through. Maybe I still will because these are still sealed and I still haven't tried them. So I got that. I got cucumber vodka. I've got sweet peach tea vodka. I've got some weird Japanese liqueur. Anyways, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on just Super Nintendo games. Maybe that'll get me back into collecting. First and foremost, though, besides buying games, I need to find copies of the games I own on Genesis. So I'm still going to put them up for trade and sale even before I get the copies, because if anybody wants to trade for the exact same game, Super Nintendo for Genesis, it's going to be hard if I already own them all. So that will be my next video, keep in mind. Now, for the long-awaited gaming update, I got one PS3, one PSP, and a bunch of Super Nintendo games. Yes, the Super Nintendo games will be for replacements. First off, MotorStorm. Got it really cheap. It's a not-for-resale version, which I never heard of before, because I never heard of this coming with the system, and I think I know why. The instruction manual. It is a Region 1, which is weird. It is a Region 1 game, because I was concerned about that. But the booklet is not in English. So technically, I own it complete, but technically I don't, because the booklet is completely useless, because I can't read it. So, MotorStorm. Probably on the PS3, out of all the racing games I played, which isn't many, this one's probably the most fun to me. I'm not a big fan of racing games, especially realistic ones. That's why I can't stand the Gran Turismo freaking series. Then I got the EA Replay for PSP. This has got 14 different games on it. It's got Haunting, starring Poltergeist, Syndicate, Virtual Pinball, Ultima the Black Gate, Road Rash 1, 2, and 3, Desert Strike and Jungle Strike, Budokan, whatever that is, Wing Commander and Wing Commander Secret Missions, Mutant League Football, and B.O.B. Bob. So that'll be fun. I like these compilation discs, especially for portable systems. Alright, now for the Super Nintendo games. All of these I already own on Genesis, and now I've got them on Super Nintendo, so the Genesis versions are going bye-bye. They got Bulls versus Blazers in the NBA playoffs. Crappy game, but it was only 99 cents, so I just decided, you know what? It's one that's on both systems, I will get it, even if they're crappy. That's why also I have Madden 94. And you know what? I kind of gave up on the whole complete thing, especially for Nintendo and Super Nintendo, because it's so freaking hard, and it like jacks the price up at least double if it has the booklet sometimes. Maybe quadruple if you have the box with it. And we got Super High Impact. This one's got a bunch of stickers all over it that I gotta get off. We got Monopoly. And we got Wheel of Fortune Deluxe Edition. Yes, the one for the Genesis is just regular Wheel of Fortune, but I don't care. Because Super Nintendo does not have a maybe it does, but I just grabbed the Deluxe Edition because that's all they had at the place. So it only went one place. So, that is my long overdue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This now gives me 77 Super Nintendo games. And like I said, the Genesis collection will be dumbed down by anything that's available on both systems. That's the exact same game. I'm going to still keep Aladdin for both systems because they're different games. Now, the Lion King, I'm not sure of if that's the same game on both systems or not. If it is, then that's going by too. But yes, my next video will be up for trade / sale. Only games I'm trading for is Super Nintendo. If you have the exact same copy of the games that I'm showing on Super Nintendo and you'd rather have the Genesis complete in box version, I will straight up trade. I don't care if it's just the cart. That's why fellow collecting was way too many games. Every time I went to a store, I bought like a game for every single system, and I don't have room to hook up every system. I have my Retron 2, and I have my PS3. That's all that's hooked up. So that's why I'm going to focus on the Retron. Plays Super Nintendo pretty damn well. I haven't had any issues with it yet. So the eject button on that thing is freaking powerful. I should make a little snippet of a video sometime to show you how powerful it is. Like basically you hit the eject button for the Super Nintendo game, the game goes boom, boom, it goes flying out. But yes, so that is my update on my game collection. I am just going to collect Super Nintendo, just going to buy Super Nintendo games, just going to trade for Super Nintendo games, and all the Genesis counterparts, once again for the 4th time, will be that is on both systems that are exact same game, like mainly sports, unfortunately, but there is other ones like Beavis and Butthead, Wayne's World. Actually, Wayne's World's already gone. I'm selling that to somebody. The Adventures of Mighty Max. I'm trying to think of Zoop. WWF Royal Rumble, which isn't complete, but still. Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego, which I might not even replace that one because that one I'm never going to play that game ever, 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 ever. Because for one, you need the damn encyclopedia to play it properly. Jurassic Park is different on both systems, so that one will stay. There is a lot of sports games on Genesis that is not on Super Nintendo and vice versa. I still might get rid of other games, though, that are... Basically, I only want to keep games that are only available on the Genesis, but I still might dumb down some of that because I do have games that I'll never play again that I bought. Like Echo the Dolphin. Yes, I am one of the few people that can't stand and hate the crap out of that game. I don't know what it is about it. I just can't get into it. Maybe it's not action-packed enough for me or something. I don't know. But, like, obviously, Herzog's Wii is my all-time favorite Genesis game. That one is staying. Gauntlet 4 is staying. General Chaos is staying. The Space Shooters are staying. Because I love my Space Shooters. The Mega Drive Winter Olympics, it's not that fun. I might get rid of that, too. And, like, the Terminator games. For some reason, the list that I found on the internet said that the Terminator games was not available on both systems. And, yes, they are. They're a little bit different for the arcade game because the graphics-wise, but they're basically the same exact freaking game. And for some reason, it said the list actually said Gods is on both systems, and I looked it up on GameFAQs.com, and Gods is not available on Super Nintendo in America. So I don't care. And I'm almost up to 10 minutes here, so I'm going to let you all go. Wish me luck on finding all the Super Nintendo versions of all my Genesis games. And like I said, keep in mind, next video will be a trade / sale video of Genesis games. Genesis only. And trading will only be for Super Nintendo, which I'll probably say again in that video, so I don't know why I keep repeating myself. So I'm going to go, Frosty Bros, saying, game on.